Hey guys, so today we have the top 5 stupidest reasons people have been arrested. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'm sorry that we didn't upload on Saturday. Things, went down, but we're back and we'll have one out today and Saturday for you. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this. To start us off with this top 5 weekly, we have the number 5, which is a woman spends a month in jail when cops mistake SpaghettiOs sauce for methamphetamine. Ashley Huff, a 23-year-old female, was pulled over as a passenger in a car. The police officer had noticed a spoon in her bag that had some residue on it. Huff pleaded it was spaghetti sauce, but she still got charged. After being in jail for 2 weeks, she was released on reconnaissance. Although, because of this, she had to attend many court meets, and she made the mistake of forgetting to attend one. She was reincarnated on August 2nd and stayed in jail until September 18th, when the lab analysis concluded that there was no methamphetamine on the spoon. Apparently, I was also desperate that she took some serious consideration into taking a plea deal as well as a permanent criminal record just to get out of prison. Now, how you may be wondering why the cops thought this was meth or how they got their evidence. They had conducted a field test, which are actually often incorrect. Now, how incorrect do you think these tests may actually be? Well, for example, a while back the police had tested a white brick for cocaine and it tested positive, but later to find out it was actually just soap. Soap. That's spelled wrong, Soup, pretty sure it's... Anyway, it makes you really wonder how well our police system actually is. Would you trust it? Now, on to number 4, where we discover how a Bellevue man pays the price for sex acts with a picnic table. What? This man was caught on video pleasuring himself behind his house on top of a picnic table, and he is now facing up to 6 months at Huron County Jail. He was charged with public indecency, a 4th-degree misdemeanor, and one charge of disseminating matter harmful to juveniles, a 1st-degree misdemeanor. He was seen to walk out onto his back deck naked. Then he had put a table on its side and had sexual intercourse with the umbrella hole. What makes it even more disturbing is that his house is right across from Ridge Elementary School. The police believe that the students could have witnessed his sexual acts. As far as the video goes of him doing this, it is being held in custody and will not be open to the public. This is also not his first public sexual act. He was also arrested for masturbating in public and looking into the windows of people's houses. Here at number 3, we have soap mistaken for cocaine places 2 people in prison for a month. Not that bad, but 26-year-old Amanda Cruz and 30-year-old Alexander Bernstein were pulled over in Pennsylvania driving back from New York. Supposedly, they were going 5 miles over the speed limit, according to the police officer. He smelt marijuana, so he had asked to search the car. The driver and the passenger both agreed. When the policeman had gotten to the trunk of the car, he opened it, only to discover all the soap in the back, which were wrapped in packages. He described it as a white powdery substance, so he had taken a field test just to make sure it had tested positive, even though it wasn't. We talked about that earlier. A bill was posted for $500,000 for Bernstein and $250,000 for Cruz. Because of the small mistake that the field test had made, a young man had spent a month in jail, lost an immense amount of money, and missed Thanksgiving with his 17-month-old son. The law always says how much it wants to protect us, but if it's going to give false results, then what's the point? Shouldn't we get this fixed? On to number 2. New York City settles with men arrested in NYPD cops who confused Jolly Ranchers for crystal meth. Free Brooklyn man has sued New York City Police Department for mistaking Jolly Ranchers for crystal meth, although the city admitted that the cops had done nothing wrong and arresting them was proper thing to do. This is where we get into the very awkward names. Ulan Tugio, 26, and Ferreria, I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but 23, had been stopped by cops shortly after leaving a candy store. The cops had handcuffed them and told them that their undercover colleague had witnessed them selling drugs. Sano, 27, was standing there with his 3-year-old daughter while protesting the arrest of his two other friends. But instead, he was allegedly punched in the face, and then all 3 men were transported to the 60th Princeton Station House, where they had spent 24 hours in custody before reconnaissance because the NYPD laboratory had concluded that these quote-unquote crystal-like objects were not drugs and were in fact candy. Shows how professional our police officers are, doesn't it? And to finish out this top 5 weekly, up at number 1, we will be concluding with a Gothic kitten's pet groomer was charged in shooting deaths of Luzerne County father and son. State police say 73-year-old Ronald Evans had been found dead on rear deck of Hunlock Township residence with 43-year-old Jeffrey Evans, found dead in a hallway. Both men were shot multiple times. The people had conducted this homicide where 31-year-old James wrote and 39-year-old Holly and Crawford, who were both arrested in a wooded area outside their home. Crawford had also been convicted for animal cruelty by Pearson's kitten's ears and bobtails. To promote her store Gothic Kittens, she also had sold Gothic Cat for $100 on eBay, a 6-week-old black kitten that had a 14-gauge barbell earring and a submission ring on the back of her neck, and a barbell earring on the end of its dog tail. Crawford had admitted that she did the piercing herself without anesthetic and on the kitten's ears. Now, if that doesn't scream animal abuse, what does?